Okay, good evening, wrestling here. And we're almost ready to go. And Wray, there we get a takedown for the Beat Diggers. That'll be Yehar Ortez Fajardo, if I got that right. This is freshman. He's got a takedown. And this is KSIR 1010, Brush Fort Morgan, and Wray tonight. So also within that, our Eastern Plains Sports Network. We got to do that as they go out of bounds. So what do you think?
Yeah, no, it's a nice night for wrestling. Obviously, we got two more storied programs in the state coming tonight. So we're obviously in Wray, Colorado. Watch Wray and Brush. Ray's the second-ranked team in the state coming in this week. They've been one all year, and the recent rankings came out from Tim Younton, and Cedar Ridge has edged them. Brush has been ranked in the top 5, top 6 all year. They actually bumped out of the top 10 right this second, but I don't think they're Tim didn't know that Richie Bruno had come back, and some of the other kids come back from injury. So I fully expect Brush to be ranked in the top 5 here coming up in the near weeks with the the return of one of our returning state champs. So should be a great night of wrestling. Could be some really key matchups tonight. One that I'm really looking forward to if it happens. You have Austin Collins from Wray, 138-pounder. He's going for his 3rd state title this year. Just one of the better wrestlers in the state, regardless of classification. And then at 144 pounds, we have Brush's returning state champ, Nick Dardanis, who obviously is one of the better wrestlers in the state as well. Just got back from the Doc Buchanan, which is one of the toughest tournaments in the country. Took 8th place there. So I'm really hoping that matchup happens tonight, and they bump one up or bump one down, and we get to see two returning state champs go at it tonight. So hopefully that lines up for us. Otherwise, we're in line for some good ranked matches, though. I mean, there's a handful of kids, probably 5 or 6 kids that will be announced through the night that'll match up in ranked matches. So should be a great duel. And like I said, no better place to watch wrestling than in Wray, Colorado, the storied program in Wray. And under Bob Smith, and I had the privilege of wrestling under Bob at Fort Hays State, and Matt Brown is taking the reins from that the last 10, 15 years, and he's won 5, 6, 7 titles, whatever that's been. I think they've won 4 out of the last 5. So they're looking to continue the dominance for the program here. So should be a fun night.
It is. Yahur is wrestling well from the top. In the first period, he lost 2 points, but he's still ahead by 1 as we go to the far side and go out almost out of bounds. A couple toes there. Official looking, and the toes go out, and the whistle.
Yep, that new rule, point of contact in bounce, they're in bounce. So what we'll have in the lineup tonight yet, so we got 3 JV matches that the first one's calling right now. There will be a handful of girls matches, and then we'll get going with the boys matches.
And we'll get underway again. Quick stand up by the Wray wrestler, and it'll go out of bounds. They're going to get it.
Yeah, they're going to give Wray wrestler a point for the Brush wrestler Fiardo pushing him off the mat.
They used to give you a point for going off the mat.
Yep. So it's still, if you're pushing them off the mat, they're just enforcing it more this year. So match is tied up. Fajardo and the Wray wrestler 3-3 with 24 seconds to go in the second period.
Had a good takedown there, or hold down anyway. Got him flattened out. JVs are at 106 pounds. We're about in the second period. A couple seconds left. Okay, should be AR's choice. He's going to take down. Got Cardinal Siglet.
3-3 going in the third period here. Brush's freshman Yahar Fajardo.
You do that better than me.
Well, not as good as Johnny B, but I think Johnny B would say Pajaro.
Well, probably. Quick stand up there. But
Yeah, the Ray wrestler's doing a good job keeping wrist control. Fajardo doing a pretty good job working his hips around as they go out of bounds. Fajardo with a
stand up.
Yeah, nice little stand up. That Ray wrestler's got to be careful of forcing him out too. He might give up that technical violation as well. So 3-3, minute 40 left in the third period.
If you're in Ray, you got to be careful there.
Yeah, and the fans know they're wrestling. I'm excited to get the varsity out here, get this gym going. The fans know wrestling here, and I expect some fans to be fired up tonight on some calls. So
yeah, well, that's part of the fun of it.
It is.
I give the referees a hard time, but with all these new stuffs, I've been trying to be nicer.
Yeah, with the new rules, I mean, we're halfway through the season, so hopefully we got all the kinks worked out. So, and there we go right there. So
he gives a stall.
Yeah,
on
give
our
a stall
guy.
warning. Yep. So Fajardo, nice little stand up. They're kind of hand fighting. The Ray wrestler pushes him off, and he's going to get warned for stall there. So 3-3, minute 15 left in the third period. Oh, little locked hands there, but didn't get it caught there. It was quick enough. Ray guy does a good job of elevating and popping the hips and breaking Fajardo back down. Just following with the 2-on-1, hits a nice little switch and sit out to a stand up, so gets a point. So it's 4-3, a minute left in the third period. Brush wrestler's up. Ray wrestler just kind of dives in on a shot, but we forget to sprawl, and he's got us on our butt, so he's going to give up 3 here, and he's got to be careful not to expose his back, which he's back on both hands, and he kind of bellies down. So he's going to be down 6-4 now. About 30 seconds left in the match. They're kind of wrestling on the outside. Brushes down. And they go off the mat. 27 seconds left to go in the match. And Brush gives up that 3-point takedown now, so it makes the match 6-4 in favor of the Ray wrestler.
That's a lot of difference there.
Yeah, that 3-point takedown makes a heck of a lot of difference now, and I like it. I think it encourages scoring and higher paced matches, faster paced matches, higher scoring matches. I think it's good for the sport.
The Otto is going to have to get going and get up and get out.
Yep, the Ray wrestler's doing a good job of ankle picking him, breaks Fajardo back down. A lot of pressure forward. He's got to be careful, though. He's got a stall warning on him, the Ray wrestler does, and he's just kind of sitting hip to hip. I'd be surprised if he doesn't call stalling here in the last couple minutes, or couple seconds, excuse me. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen. And the Brush wrestler is going to lose 6-4. It's too bad he was up the whole match.
Yes, he did a really good job, though.
Yep, young kid, just needs mat time. All right, now we got Jose Ortega, a sophomore from Brush, against Brock Welp, who's a sophomore from Ray.
Oh, there he is. Okay. They got a lot bigger. Up here at 165 pounds. Now we're giving us a name on the Ray wrestlers.
It's Brock Welp.
Brockwell?
Yep, Brock Welp. Oh, good job by Ortiz snapping him down, but he snaps him right in his legs and forgets to sprawl. Now Welp's in on a single. Ortiz hanging on a leg there. Needs to stuff his head and get a crossface and keep sprawling if he can. Welp still working that single. Now he's going to try to cut it across. Ortiz does a pretty good job defending, and we're going to work to a stalemate. So minute 26 in the first period, into the first period, and score's tied 0-0 still. Oh, shot by Welp into a single, and he changes off into a double. Ortiz sprawls, does a good job sprawling. Now he's got a cow catcher in. Needs to get that cow catcher out if he can. He's going to try to keep it.
Got an arm bar in there.
Yeah, he's
If he
got
can
that.
Crank it.
Oh, he is going to
got
get
him.
around him.
That's 3.
Wow. Now he's got to be careful, keep that shoulder legal. He's doing a good job. He's going to sink that half in there. If he sinks that reverse half, he's getting some back points here. Ortiz doing a good job. Needs to get chest to chest. Pick up his head if he can. Got lots of time, just needs to settle in here. Nope, that's it.
Damn. Wow.
Minute 20 pin for Jose Ortiz from Brush. Or excuse me, Ortega.
Okay, next we'll have the girls. How about that?
I think there's one more JV match.
Is there? Okay.
I think he said 3.
Been running in circles here.
Oh, no, I guess there is only 2. And we're going to go to Parents' Night.
We are? Well,
Yeah.
let's talk about Equitable Savings and Loan. Borrow your money and do your banking with people you know and the people who you know. Stop at one of their 10 locations across the plains or visit equitable-savings.com. I'm not good at that stuff.
That's all good.
I'm too old for all that, them dots. Okay. This is for the parents here.
Yeah, I got Parents' Night for the girls.
So, Morgan Community College is your associate degree. Continue your education or get a specialized certificate. Visit morgancc.edu for more.
Next up, we got Bailey Mechanical. When your temperature's not quite right, call your local Lennox dealers. Bailey Mechanical out of Sterling, 970-522-0471.
Worked beside them for several years. They're
They're
good.
They're a good contractor out of, we use them quite a bit on projects in Sterling, and good guys there.
Well, you might want to talk about these other ones.
Sure, yeah. Buildings by Design. First impressions are important. Buildings by Design will make your vision a reality. Visit buildingsbydesign.com.
All right. How about Sydney Regional Medical Center?
Oh, we're going to do the national anthem here.
National anthem. We better stop here.
Hey.
Wow, that was good.
That was a great rendition of that. It was a great job by that student.
Okay, let's send it back to 1010 KSIR in Brush, Fort Morgan, and we'll be back in a few moments on 1010. Okay, welcome back. Now we got girls now, so
Yeah. Yeah,
let's
Ray
say
has
they're on
a
the backside here.
Yeah, Ray has a handful of ranked girls this year. Going through the rankings, got 100 pounds. Gabby Aguilar is ranked number 10. At 110, Jamie Sharp from Ray is ranked number 10. At 135 should be our marquee matchup. Actually, Olivia Herrera from Brush is ranked 3rd in the state. And Lauren Danitz from Ray, a sophomore, is ranked 8th in the state. So we'll have a nice ranked matchup there.
I'm not sure we're going to have a match with them.
I think we have 2 matches.
Okay, we've got
Should have Naeli Cardenas is a freshman from Brush, and Jamie Sharp again is ranked number 10 from Wray.
okay.
So we'll only have one other match. All right, so Naeli and and Jamie Sharp. Sharp on a shot. Now, Naeli on a reshot. Sharp's got front headlock on her, trying a little chin whip there. Naeli does a pretty good job of dropping back down to single. Now Sharp's got a kind of a cow catch, and Naeli backs out. Sharp takes a reshot. Naeli gets around her for 3 on the edge of the mat. Sharp right back up and breaks the lock for an escape for 1. So it's 3-1. A minute 30 to go, gone in the first period. Left in the first period. Excuse me. Sharp on another shot. In on a single. Now nice little slide through. Nice little slide through for Sharp for 3. And now she's kind of in a side-by-side trying to get control of Naeli there. A lot of pressure on the head. She's going what we call the 3/4, where she has a leg locked in back. And doubling up on her.
What kind of hold was that early?
Yeah, it's called 3/4. It's actually,
3/4.
Yep, not a full Nelson. It's a
Not
3/4
quite.
Nelson.
It was
Yeah,
close.
it was close, but they come under one arm, come over the top of the head with the other. Now Sharp's doing a good job of working a half out there. She's got that far wrist. Naeli bases back up, and nice job hipping into Sharp and for the reverse. Now Naeli's working a half to one side. And I think she did lock up at full Nelson, gives up a point. That was a fast-moving minute 30, so we're going to be 5-5 with 38 seconds left in the first period. Wow, that was a lot of action there.
We're in the danger zone. Her mom's right behind us.
Oh, yeah. Sharp hits a little switch there. Naeli tries to suck her back. Now she's got a half Nelson. Has that far wrist, doing a pretty good job of keeping her head in the back of her head, putting a lot of pressure forward. Now she kind of gives up on it, gets back around, trying to lock up that near ankle. Sharp's just based up there, reaches back for a headlock. That's a little dangerous because Naeli could throw that half on that far side. Naeli's doing a good job of riding her out.
Oh no!
I was going to say 3 seconds left to go here, and Naeli throws her on herself. Man, and Naeli kind of rolled to her back and didn't get the rest of her hips through, and Sharp got a 2-point reversal there at the end of the period. So it's going to be 7-5, Sharp over Cardenas going into the second period here. Wow, a lot of action in this match.
A lot of points in it.
Yeah, Naeli chooses down, kind of hits a stand-up. Sharp does a pretty good job of breaking her back down again. Naeli's pushing back. Sharp's out to the side. Not quite sure what she's trying to do with that arm there, but she's a little bit high. If Naeli can kind of mull underneath her, just like she's doing right now, get her head between her legs, just like she's doing, put her head in the hole. Now she's working kind of a single, but Sharp still has control. Comes back around. She really wants that 3/4.
That wasn't a 3/4, was it?
She still has that arm on the outside of that far shoulder.
Did she?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now she's got a half Nelson, working that wrist and a half. A lot of pressure forward on Naeli. Naeli's doing a pretty good job of defending this, but she's got to quit giving up the half. And now she's going to give up some back points. That half is deep. That half is real deep. She's in big trouble here. She's doing a pretty good job of fighting off her back, but that is really tight. She's got that far wrist. She's going to elevate that head, and there's the fall. There's the fall.
That's a bummer.
So we've got 2 minutes and 58 seconds into the match. So 58 seconds into the second period. Sharp, who's ranked 10th from Wray, gets a fall over Naeli Cardenas from Brush. But that was a really good match. That's unfortunate.
Okay.
Oh.
Olivia's coming up, isn't she?
Yeah, looks like they're going to either bump Lauren up or Olivia made 130 is one of the two. But so now we're going to have Lauren Gadanitz from Wray. That Wray wrestler is now Gadanitz is 8th. And I missed the takedown from Herrera, but Olivia either shot or sprawled and got a takedown. She's working those legs. Wow. doing a really good job of working those legs in. Nice tight cross face, throws it real tight and across. She's out there working a lot of pressure on Gadanitz here. Now she's got that near ankle. She's trying to pick and step. Now she's coming through with the bundle of arms out front. She needs to run that, keep running those arms out front if she can. Now she comes back, working that pick and step again. Now she's back out in front, working a really nice cross-face cradle, and she gets it locked up. She's going to roll it back over her knee, and she's trying to roll it back over her knee. Gadan's doing a good job of keeping the belly down, but now she rolls it back over her knee. She's going to be getting back points here. I think she's going to get 3 here. Yep, going to get 3 back points. It's going to be 5-0. Olivia Herrera with a minute left to go in the first period. Now she's got that bundle of arms again. Nice tight cross face. She's trying to work that bundle of arms, but Gadanitz is doing a good job keeping that far shoulder down. Herrera comes back. She wants to throw in the leg. She gets a little high. She does get that right leg in. Now she gets the left leg in. Really does a good job stretching her out. Olivia looks really good this match because like I said, these girls, Olivia's ranked 3rd in the state and Gadanitz is ranked 8th in the state. So good matchup here. And it looks like Gadanitz is going to have some blood time.
Got a little bloody nose there. Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Some good wrestling.
There is some good wrestling. I tell you what, Olivia's doing a really good job of really controlling the top, really working pinning combinations. Pretty much, she really hasn't stopped her motion. Those pinning combinations are coming from everywhere. Doing a good job working cross faces, cross face cradles. When that's not working, she's trying to work the pick and step. When that's not working, she's working those bundle arms. So just doing a really good job of keeping motion on top. So she's going to be up 6-0. And I'm not sure how much time's left because the blood time's up right now. So
okay. Sydney Regional Medical Center. Don't let an injury keep you out of the game. Learn more about Sydney Regional Medical Center at sydney.r.m.c.com.
I think it's sydney-r-m-c.com. What I think that says.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Is it? Okay, we're ready to go.
All right. Blood time's cut. They come back to the center here. Okay, Olivia loads from the right side on Gadanitz. Jumps across on the left. Does a good job of spiraling. She got that spiraler in tight. And now she's working that. Oh, good job of working a one-on-one and putting that far arm on the back. Now she needs to keep the pressure, in which she does. Oh, now she's got that cement mixer locked up. Oh man. Gadanitz is in big trouble here because Olivia's going to elevate her head, which she's doing right now. Oh, but she does a good job of breaking that cement mixer. Now Olivia's got that head sucked in. She's working a near side cradle. She is just doing a good job of chain wrestling. 4 seconds left. See if we can get some back points real quick here. Gadanitz does a good job of fighting that off, though, in those last couple seconds. Man, what a great job of chain wrestling.
Just I may have to use my jacuzzi tomorrow.
I know. My jaw wasn't ready for these high-paced matches tonight.
We got to wrestle with them.
All right, Olivia chooses down. Gadanitz loads from the left side, and she stays on that side. Olivia hits a nice switch right into a double leg, and she gets the 2 for a reversal. Now she's got that cross face again. She's working that bundle of arms. Can't quite get it, so she's going to let that go and work across. Now she's going to throw in both legs. She's got her good and stretched out. She's working a 2-on-1 on one side. Now she's got a cross face coming across her left to Gadanitz right. She's working that leg Turk. She needs to whip it over and throw that cross face real hard. She's kind of got a figure 4 on the leg. Gadanitz does a pretty good job of basing back up. Olivia's going to throw in that leg again. Man, she is riding the legs really good right now. She's staying real short. She's not long in there. There's a ton of pressure on Gadanitz's hips right there. I mean, just a ton of pressure. And she's doing a good job. Now she's kind of working a power half from the right side. Now she's going to get that half. She needs to punch that half through and finish on top. She's got her about a 90. Now she's getting some back points. Olivia's getting back points on Gadanitz. So she's going to get 4 back points. She's going to roll her back and get awarded those back points. So it's going to be 12-0. Second period, about 30 seconds left to go in the match, or excuse me, in the second period. Yeah, Olivia's looking for a tech ball right here or a fall. Now she's working that crossface again. Has it deep on the right side. Gadana's working that crossface cradle. She's working that head to the knee. She needs to keep her hand flat to her shoelaces and work her head to the knee, because exactly what happened is going to happen there, where Gadana's legs is stronger than her Olivia's arms. So breaks that crossface cradle attempt. Now she comes back into an arm bar, and she's gonna end this thing right here. She's gonna get a tech ball. She does a really good job. She's gonna get 4 back points. And this could be 16-0 tech ball. Wow. What a good job of chain wrestling by Olivia. That was an impressive match. Again, you got number 3 versus number 8 there.
Wow.
And that's going to be the end of the girls wrestling, because Brush doesn't have another girls wrestler.
I talked to Bo Rocha. He's one of the coaches for the girls. They're doing a lot of work.
Yeah, no, he looks like he's been putting in some work with those girls. Even, I know Naeli lost, and she's a freshman, she's young, but she has a lot of potential as well. I mean, she did look good. She, chain wrestles, and those girls do not stop, and they look, honestly, they look fundamentally sound. I mean, Bo's doing a really good job with the girls. Just need to get some more girls out.
Yeah. I think it's gonna really roll.
Yeah,
it's a little slower than I thought it might be, but it's still good.
Girls wrestling, throughout the country is actually the fastest growing sport in the country right now. Whether that relates to Brush and Wray right this second, I suppose not. Wray has 4 wrestlers, Brush has 2, but as the sport continues to grow, throughout the country and throughout the states, I think you're going to see more of it. And then if you have coaching like Brush has coaching with Bo Rocha, I mean, that's going to attract girls. And the more success that they have, the more these girls sitting around the high school. And I know Brush has a bunch of girls in the pee-wees and middle schools coming up that'll fill out a team here in a couple years. All right, looks like we're getting ready to line up and start announcing some matches. Okay.
Gonna get the big guys.
Wray, Colston Wakeman, Richie Bruno.
Is Bruno ready?
Well, he wrestled last weekend, and he was up in his finals match 6-1, I believe, and it sounds like he gave up a takedown and some back points to lose in the last couple of seconds. So, there's not a. I think it's okay to lose a couple matches during the season. I know kids want to go undefeated, but that just puts a big target on their back. And if you lose early in the season, that's something that you don't got to worry about anymore. So, now that Richie's got that undefeated goal out of his mind, he can just focus on wrestling, focus on being a state champ again. That's the most important part.
Well, look at the coaching staff for Wray too. Matt Brown, he's been around a long time.
He has been around a long time. I actually wrestled when Matt Brown was the coach at Holyoke. I was wrestling in high school still, and we went up against Matt Brown a lot. He actually coached against me in the state finals my senior year. And actually, the kid that I wrestled in the state finals, his son is the #1 ranked 215-pounder, Tavery Chappell. So he's a finished runner-up last year, and I know he has a few Division I football offers. And sounds like he's heading up to Mesa and Western to take some visits as well. So big kid, dieted down. His dad, I was talking to his dad before the match, says he plays football at about 250 and dieted down to 215. So really athletic kid.
Really cool. The cure number pops up too down here, doesn't it?
What was that? I'm sorry?
The cure number name.
Yeah, the cure. Yeah, the cure's all over the place down here. So.
Okay. Keelers. Churchwell. Those names pop up.
Yep, Churchwell. The area, anyways, is synonymous down here. The last Churchwell that I could think of was from Burlington, but yeah, those names are all over down here. This should be a good match. You got Austin Lay and Brody Richards. Austin's ranked, he's ranked second at 175s, but he's back down to 165, so he'll be ranked, probably 1 or 2 at 165 in 3A. and he's wrestling Brody Richards of Wray, who's ranked 5th at 175. So he's dropped back down to 165 as well. So
Well, this ought to be good because Ray's got a load of good kids.
yeah,
Brush
they
is
do.
Not too bad too.
Yep, Ray, like I said, Ray just seems to reload every year. They had a couple down years. They're kind of in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, but ever since Coach Brown's taken over, he's done a really nice job with this program. I went to Fort Hays wrestling tournament a couple weeks ago, the Bob Smith Open, and went with Coach Smith. Coach Smith is a legendary coach from here, and I know he's really excited about what Ray has done the last couple years, and what Matt's doing with this program right now. So
Yeah, he's been around a long time.
yeah,
Bet he loved being there.
absolutely. All right, so it looks like you got 175. We got Richie Bruno, Brush's returning state champ. And it looks like he is going to wrestle Colson Waitman, who's a sophomore from Wray, and he is not ranked right this second. Okay, so Bruno and Waitman going head-to-head here. It's kind of locked up.
Ooh, nice little tackle.
Yeah, nice throw by Richie into a single leg. He tree tops him down. Richie gets 3-point takedown. Now he's working right side. He's got that arm locked up. Now he works a tilt. He's going to get a 1 count. It's kind of, I don't think he has any points yet because he's gotten about 3 1 counts. So he's got that arm bar, still that far wrist. He's looking to tilt him up here. Now Waitman breaks that arm. Richie's heavy on the spiral. A lot of pressure forward. Waitman tries to switch and sit out. Richie does a good job following him, trapping that right arm. Now he's got that 2-on-1. Oh, now he's got that 3/4. He's got 1 count. Now they didn't give him 2. Looks like they about swiped 2, but didn't give him that 2 count. So now Richie's riding the leg from the right side, kind of working that left arm, looking for a guillotine. Now he's got it pulled up. Now he's got it pulled up over his arm. He needs to reach that hand back and scoop the head, which he does. Now he's going to get some back points. He needs to finish on top. He's got 2 back points for sure. As Waitman breaks that guillotine. Good job by Waitman breaking the guillotine. Now they're going to award the 2. Richie still got that leg in on the right side. Now working a power left from the left side. He's got that far leg in. He's got both legs in. Now he's working a half from the right side. Now he's got Waitman in deep trouble as he gets that half worked over. And Richie's getting settled in here. We're going to have a fall here if Richie can just settle back. And there's the fall.
There's the pin, huh? All right.
So we've got 1 minute and 39 seconds. Richie Bruno with the fall over Colson Waitman.
Okay. 6 guest points there.
Yeah, and I was hoping. So we got next match. We got Christian Astorga versus Eric Tracy from Wray. And Eric Tracy is ranked 5th in the state. Astorga's ranked 2nd. But what I was hoping would happen is they'd take Astorga up to 215s the rest of the chapel. But that doesn't look like that's going to happen. All right, so we got Astorga ranked 2nd in 3A, and Tracy ranked 5th in 2A. All right, they're just head-to-head. Astorga snaps him down, kind of working that front headlock. Astorga's real heavy on that head, trying to work a little throw by here. He's kind of spinning around. He needs to work it through, what we call a Milkovich. Spin, and then throw him through, but does a good job kind of sliding by into a single. If he can get that far ankle trap, but he can't out of bounds. And, yep, we're going to get a fleeing the mat call on Tracy from Wray. And so it's going to be 1-0 Astorga with 29 seconds gone in the first period. Astorga works that underhook on the left side, working for wrist control on the right, doing a good job staying in dominant position here. Oh, pops the head in on a nice double leg, kind of on the edge of the mat, drives it forward for 3. Good job by Christian finishing that shot. Now they're just in referee's position. Astorga's going to cut him loose right on the edge of the mat here. Christian, man, he's grown up a little bit from that little pudgy thing when he's a freshman. He's good looking now. Yeah,
Another takedown.
Yeah, hits a nice snap down, throws him by, takes him down. It's going to be 7-2 with 44 seconds left to go in the first period. Christian's looking dominant, hits a nice little duck under, another duck under. Tracy does a good job of keeping that whizzer in. They're on the edge of the mat there by the scorer's table. Christian's down on a single leg right on the edge of the mat. Now he gets him elevated if he can keep him in bounce, and he does. Tracy kind of funks over and grabs that ankle, though, so they're ankle to ankle. Astorga needs to jump through, and he does, and finishes on top right in between his legs. He's going to get a takedown here. And if Tracy's not careful, he's going to give up back points, but he just gives up the takedown. So it's going to be 10-2 with 10 seconds left in the first period. Astorga just needs to ride him out here. He's got that claw, trying to work a claw and a spiral here. Just pressuring forward, need to ride him out for the rest of the period. And he does do that. So good job by Christian. Good match so far. 10-2. End of the first period. Astorga's choice. He picks both up. Smart choice. Astorga with that underhook. He likes that underhook on the right side. He's looking to snap his head. He's looking for a double leg out of bounds. As they come back to the center here, just kind of head to head. He's not working that underhook, but he does works right into a Russian tie. So he's got a 2-on-1 on the right side. He needs to use that 2-on-1 though. Either bump it up, spin it through, but he's in dominant position, and he does bump it up right into a double leg, and he's going to elevate him right in between the legs, and he's step through, and he's stepping through as Tracy's on his hip right now. Astorga's driving forward. He's going to get that too, and he does get that too, finishes in between his legs. That's a good job by Christian there. So it'll be 13-2, 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the second period. And then Astorga's going to let him up, so it's going to be 13-3. About a 1:05 left in the period. Astorga's working that underhook on that right side again, doing a good job, snaps him down, but right into his leg. Tracy kind of hits a single leg, but Astorga sprawls out of it. Yeah, Christian snapped right into his own leg there and almost forgot to sprawl, but finally does. Now he does snap him down again, snaps him flat to the mat, spins him around, and gains control for another 3 points for Christian Astorga on a takedown. It's going to be 16-3 with 35 seconds left in the second period. Great job on top or on neutral position for Christian. Now he's going to let him up. He's going to work that underhook on that right side again. Now he's going to get that Russian tie. That's a dominant position. I always like that position. There's so many options here. He's got 20 seconds left. He needs to get some points here. Now he's going to try to throw him through, and pops up that arm, and he shoots him right out of bounds. So 15 seconds left. Astorga up 13-4. Tracy and Astorga back to the center. Match is back underway. Man, Astorga is really good at snapping down. Now he snaps Tracy right into his leg. It's going to be short time, though. Astorga needs to sprawl, which he is. He's going to get Tracy, get him flattened out, and there he does. About a second left, though. He's not going to have enough time to finish that. Good job by Christian again, just pushing the pace and pushing the pace. So. All right, and Tracy's going to pick down. I don't know if I think I'd have taken top if I was Tracy. He's been down before, so I think I'd have tried something else. But he's going to go ahead and take down and start third period. Astorga up 16-4. Tracy hits a little switch into a roll. Astorga's kind of trying to suck him back. Now he's got his chin. He's going to almost have back points, but comes back behind him. Now he's working that claw and spiral, and he's put some more pressure on that claw and spiral if he's going to work that. You can't just hang there on good kids. They're going to be able to do exactly what Tracy's doing and break that claw.
Now what do you call that?
I'm not entirely sure. He's kind of working for a near side cradle, I think is what he's trying to do. He's got that elbow cranked in his head and pulling it to him and trying almost a bow and arrow type of cradle is what he was trying to do there. But now Christian's kind of just riding him here, but he needs to push the pace here because Russ is going to need these points. So we need a tech or a fall here. Now Christian, don't get crazy. He's got a 2-on-1, and he's trying to tilt him, but he's going to pull him back over himself, and he doesn't have him loaded up. So Christian's going to, he didn't have him loaded up, and Tracy was able to break that lock, so kind of put Christian in a precarious situation there on the edge of the mat. Luckily, they're on the edge, and they go off, so no harm, no foul. Back to the center. Minute left to go in the match. 16-4. Astorga is going to load from the right side. A lot of pressure forward for Astorga. Finally gets him to the mat. He's doing a good job of keeping pressure forward, but I'd like to see him pressure forward with his knee in the butt more, trying to work for, to get him flat before he works some of this stuff. Man, Astorga needs to get his hips off. If he gets his hips off the mat and just throws a hack, he's going to be in good shape, but he starts to do that, but just a little bit too late. Now, Tracy tries to throw a headlock from the far side. Astorga feels it, tries throwing a half from the opposite side as well. Oh, Tracy with the little fat man roll there. Going to get Astorga, going to get two reversal on Astorga. But it's going to be short time, 20 seconds left to go in the match here. Astorga just needs to ride this out. We got a major decision going right now, so he needs to keep that intact, so not give up any back points here. Tracy's working that dominant wrist control, just trying to get that major decision off. Cause, you get an extra point for the major. So that's kind of where the match going in there. 16-6, Christian Astorga. Again, look good, but just can't make some little mistakes like that.
That was a battle.
Absolutely. Now 2:15, we got Tavery Chapel from, I want to say Holyoke, but he's from Wray, returning runner-up, and I do not believe that we're going to send anybody out against him. Boy, is he a good-looking kid.
285 pounds for Brush.
Okay, so Brush leads the duel right now, 10-6. Okay, Brush has Caden Bonilla, freshman at 285, against Keenan Urker from Wray, who's ranked 14th in the state. And Andrew Herrera had been wrestling varsity here all year long. I don't know if he's hurt or what he's got going on. I'll have to ask Coach Cox maybe tomorrow if we can get him in. Okay, these big boys are just wanting to throw, so they're kind of both headlocked in. Bonilla has him in a headlock. Oh, that's an illegal headlock, but the ref doesn't call it. Now, Keenan Urker kind of slips that headlock, throws him to the ground, gets his 3 points, and his headgear comes off. So they're going to stop the match. So it's going to be 3-0. Keenan Urker over Caden Bonilla from Brush. 1:40 to go in the first period.
Bonilla's only a freshman.
Yeah.
He looked really good in the last match that I've seen.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen him. I've seen Andrew Herrera wrestle, is who we called the last time. But like I said, I don't know if he's hurt or I don't even see him over there, actually. Okay, we're back underway. Keenan Urker's running kind of a crossface, little what we call a couple T, rolls him through his back. Bonilla does a good job of rolling through, but boy, these are two big boys. I would say they're all of 270, 260 anyways. Now Bonilla kind of gets him in a roll. Urker comes out front, able to come back behind Bonilla. Now we're going to have bloody nose on, looks like the Brush wrestler has a bloody nose. So we're going to have the stoppage of wrestling. There's 1:08 left to go in the first period with Keenan Urker up 3-0 over Caden Bonilla for Brush.
Whoa, get a little breath here.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Grab my water.
Yeah. Oh, you brought your own.
Come prepared. Wow, I see. You bought me some. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, 3As. I've been watching this Mullen deal.
Yeah.
Okay. They do football at 5A.
They do football in 5A. I'm not entirely, I don't know how CHSA works, some of these classifications. I don't know. I have not got that figured out yet. So if you ever get that figured out, let me know.
I asked one of them, and I didn't get much of an answer.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, we're about ready to go.
Back underway, and Urker loads from the left side. He's kind of working, kind of a pick and step, kind of a near ankle, just kind of a big boy push is what I call it.
Oh, okay.
And Bonilla does a good job of kind of getting another big man rolling. Now he's got Urker in big trouble here. Kind of works into a headlock. He needs to get that arm elevated. That is a lot of weight on Urker. Oh my gosh, that's going to get tight. This is going to be a pretty big upset if we can get this. If we can get this pin, this is going to be huge for this duel. We got Caden Bonilla, freshman. There is a ton of time left. 30 seconds left to go, and he has got a tight headlock, and there's the fall.
Oh.
Wow. 1:33. Freshman Caden Bonilla over Keenan Urker, who's ranked 14th in the state for Wray. That is a big match in this duel. Wow, that's a big win.
16 team points for the Beat Diggers.
16-6 going into 106 pounds. Okay, now to 106. It looks like we got Lance Bowie, who is ranked 6th at 113s, but it looks like he's going to wrestle 106 tonight against Brush's Ian Blake, who's ranked 12th at 106s and 3A. Blake with the quick lead, up 3-0. And Bowie does a good job, kind of got that Granby roll. Blake does a really good job of following him. Bowie does another Granby roll. Blake follows him now. Bowie's got the inside trip going on. Ian Blake's just kind of hanging on his head. He needs to hang here to see if he can get a stalemate. He's real tight underneath that neck. He's going to be lucky he didn't get a choking call there, but Bowie's going to get the reversal, so it's going to be 3-2. Minute 22 left in the first period. And Bowie's falling from the left side. He's kind of got that bar in, trying to work that tilt with that far bar arm. Ian Blake does a good job of kind of reaching underneath and grabbing his leg, and he does a good job of creating separation for a point. So it's going to be 4-2, a minute left. Ian Blake now on an outside single, does a good job outside single, but he needs to get his head out of there. Bowie's going to try to work that spladle there, but Bowie needs to kind of lock up that far leg if he can, but Blake does a really good job of staying out of that spladle. Finishes on top, but does not have control yet as Bowie still has his leg. Now Bowie comes up in between Blake's legs, and he's going to finish on top, and they're kind of hip to hip. I don't know what you call this, Rob, but they're just hip to hip, and he's kind of pulling him over. Now Bowie's got kind of a bar on the left side. Blake slips out of that, trying to stand up. Short time left, 20 seconds left to go in the match. Bowie drops down to a single. Now he's got that single picked up. Blake's head-to-head, trips Blake back, straight to his back, but Blake pops back up right into a switch on the right side. He's got Bowie high if he can get him pulled down and over, but there's short time, 7 seconds left in the first period. Bowie now's kind of got that, what we call the crucifix hack in, and that's where the period's going to end. Wow.
Yeah,
that's a lot of flopping going on there.
yeah,
After all that,
after
all that, it's going to be 5-4 Bowie from Wray over Ian Blake from Brush. So again, we got two ranked wrestlers rolling here.
Ian's going to go down here in the second period.
Bowie
got some
looks
new cheerleaders over here.
Yeah. Future Wray cheerleaders. Got the cheerleaders in front of us too. Bowie loads from the left side. Now he tries throwing in a leg. Gets high. Blake comes in front, but he needs to create some separation. Bowie still got control. Still has control. Blake's kind of working a quarter Nelson. Now he kind of reaches back over, but when he does that, he keeps the pressure off the hip. Bowie still got control. Now he's going to drive double leg. And he's got Blake up in the air in between his legs. Now he comes back, finishes back up on top through the legs. Blake's going to try a roll, but Bowie has that tight waist. Now he's going to roll him through, and Blake's going to give up back points right here. Just sloppy wrestling, not really a move, just kind of got caught trying to roll through there. Going to give up 2 points. Now Blake is a funky wrestler, man. He just likes grabbing stuff and rolling because he grabs Bowie's leg and rolls.
He looks like he's on top, but he isn't.
No, he's not. Just does not have control, and they still say hey, Bowie has control, and he does because now he's in between Blake's legs and has him elevated again as he puts Blake down on a hip. Blake is really flexible because every time he tries to put him down on the hip, he kind of stays draped over the top of him. Now Bowie comes in between his legs again. Finally gets him broke down to the mat, but immediately Blake comes back up. Looks like Bowie's trying to just has a tight waist on him, but Blake tries rolling through again and gets stuck there, so he's going to give up another 2 points just trying to roll him through. Blake comes in between after fighting off his back there. Comes in between, and he's going to get a reversal. So it's going to be 9-6, Bowie over Blake from Brush with 10 seconds left to go in the match, and Blake's on top.
Second period, I think. Right?
Yep, second period. Oh, did I say the match? Excuse me. Okay.
Now we'll go to the
Yeah,
third period.
Ian's wrestling fine. He just needs to wrestle in control here. He's given up 4 back points just from trying to roll through and really no moves are being hit, just trying to roll through and getting caught. So he just needs to get that cleaned up a little bit. Now we're going to go third period. Bowie's going to choose down. And Blake's going to load from the left side. And we're going to have a false start on Blake. He started a little bit early. So we're going to have a caution on Ian Blake from Brush. All right, back underway. Bowie hits a sit out to the left side. He's kind of working around him. Now, I didn't think that was full control there, but the ref sure thinks it's full control as he's kind of on top, but Blake had his leg. Now it's definitely control because now Bowie has both legs in and working a power half on Ian Blake, brushes Ian Blake. Kind of he's got a scissor on his body. Boy, Bowie is just really long. They're both really long wrestlers for 106s. Then Bowie's really high. Ian needs to push back and pull his head out, which he does. Looks like he's gonna, almost had the reversal there, but Bowie does a good job of hitting a little switch, fending that off. Now Blake hits a switch and gets a near side cradle, gets 2 for that, so it's gonna be 11-8 with a minute left in the third period. And it's just a wild match, just back and forth here. Now Blake goes to throw in a leg. Bowie catches it. They're kind of in that crab position here, just both on their butts. Blake's got both legs in, but he doesn't have any in the legs, in Bowie's legs. He's kind of got one around the stomach. Now he works one leg in. Now the other leg's in. Works Bowie flat to the mat. He's got 30 seconds to either score some back points here or needs to let him up and work for something else. Now I did not see, got a potentially dangerous on the brush wrestler. I did not see what happened there.
I didn't either. Got
Okay.
switched a little.
Yeah, so we're 11-8, 32 seconds left to go in the match. Oh, is it illegal? Oh, excuse me. Potentially dangerous. Blake lets him up, so it's going to be 12-8. Immediately, Blake hits a fireman. He's kind of working. He's still working for the fireman. He needs to pull his head back. Bowie's kind of just locked on his head, but it's going to be short time. Needs to pull his head out so there's no stalemate here. And he's going to pull his head out. Needs to let him go again. Needs to cut him again. It's going to be 11-12, 10 seconds left. But he's riding him out, and he really needs to cut him here. He has to cut him here or else get back points, and he's just not going to get back points here. Man. Excuse me. The brush coaches were calling for him to cut him. Ian Blake just didn't see what the coaches were calling for, and he's going to lose 12-11 here. That's unfortunate. He did not see what the coaches were calling for. He really needed to cut him loose there in that 15 seconds and try to get that takedown.
Brush is open. For the Eagles, Felipe Carranza.
Okay, so it's going to be 19-15 going into the 120-pound match because Brush is going to be open. Okay, and now we're at 120s. We got Drew Godsey from Wray, who's ranked 16th. And we have Dustin Hernandez from Brush, and he's been ranked all season, but he has dropped out of the rankings for week number 3. Drew Gotti, a junior from Wray, and Dustin Hernandez is also a junior from Brush. Oh, nice outside single by Hernandez. Almost had Goodsey elevated, but Goodsey does a good job defending. Grabbed that near ankle. Now he's got a crossface in the near ankle. Kind of rolls Dustin through. Dustin comes back up, trying to work a cradle here. He's kind of in between his legs.
His legs are so long, it's hard to do
Just
it.
a scramble, yeah, just a scramble right there. Dustin's going to end up on top of that scramble. It's going to be 3-0. Hernandez, a brush, up over Goodsey of Wray. Hernandez is going to throw in that leg, and that's pretty dangerous on this tall of a wrestler. I was just going to say he's going to get in trouble doing that, and Godsey does get a reversal. He kind of threw him in a headlock, got a reversal. Now Hernandez is in deep trouble of giving up some points on the edge of the mat, but luckily they go off. So it's going to be 3-2. Dustin Hernandez over Drew Godsey of Wray with 1:04 left to go in the first period.
hope the people at home are having as much fun as we are.
It is some crazy wrestling, lots of flip-flopping. I'm trying to describe what's going on, but it's happening so darn fast. Goodsey loads from the left side, tries to put a leg in, but Hernandez catches it and kind of starts exposing himself, but kind of rolls through. Now he's going to come out the back, and he's going to end up with 2-point reversals. So it's going to be 5-2 with 40 seconds left to go in the first period. Dustin Hernandez over Drew Goodsey. Hopefully we can get settled down here and start working some pin combinations. And Dustin's working that wrist in half. I like to see that. Trying to relocate that half. Oh man, he gives up on it though. You just can't get in trouble if you're running a wrist in half. You get out there and you run it till the cows come home. Now he's going to try a wrist and a half from the left side.
Oh,
he's got that wrist and he's got that half and he's got get back points. Oh, but he's got short time. He's got 6 seconds left. Oh, he's working for the fall. No, he's going to get a fall with 0.5 seconds left to go in the first period.
Wow.
Nice wrist and a half by Dustin Hernandez over the number 16 wrestler in the state from Wray, Drew Goodsey. Wow. So we got a fall at 159.5.
126 pounds. For Bray.
Wow.
We'll go up to 22 points.
Yep, 22-15 brush over Wray going into the 126-pound match. We got Jaden Depew, a sophomore from Wray, versus Jonathan Potts, a freshman from Brush.
Jonathan is a freshman. We got a new singlet. It's kind of wild looking.
Yeah, I have not seen this singlet. You know, usually Brush is pretty traditional on their singlets, but this one's a little different looking. And Potts in on a single on the right side. He comes up too tall with it, but he does a pretty good job of switching off to a double, and he's going to get behind him there on the edge of the mat, working for two. If he can get his arm free, he's going to get that three, and he does get his arm free. They're going to call a takedown, 3-point takedown for Jonathan Potts right on the edge of the mat there. So 3-0, Jonathan Potts over Jaden Depew. And Jonathan's going to load from the right side. Going to put some pressure forward. Depew hits a switch right into a Peterson. Great looking Peterson. He's going to get the two. Now Potts is in trouble giving up back points. That's a signature Wray move there. Switch right into a Peterson roll. So he's giving up 4 back points. And yeah, he's going to roll that back over because generally you're not going to pin somebody from the Peterson. So it's going to be 6-3 now with a minute left in the first period. So Depew's slowing things down, keeping things in control. Now kind of working an arm bar from the left side. He's riding Potts from the left side. Not sure if he's looking for. No, he's looking just for a straight up arm bar, and he drives it over. Now he gets it into a tilt. Jonathan Potts in trouble again, giving up back points here. Depew still has that arm bar in. Now he's looking for a fall here because he's driving that arm right over the top of him. Needs to block out that other arm if he's going to do it. The arm bar slips out. He's going to come right into a half, but he is going to get the 4 points for near fall. Tries to go for a near side cradle.
Potts is on top.
Potts slips out, and that cradle's a little loose. Now Potts is on top, trying to work a crossface cradle, and he's doing a pretty good job of working that head to the knee. I don't think he's got a full crossface, though, so he needs to do a better job of getting the full crossface and working the head to the knee. Now Potts is still on top, riding really, really high.
Oh, here comes that.
And Depew is going to hit that Peterson right at the end of the mat, right at the end of the period, right at the end of the edge of the mat. And he's going to give up a reversal and some back points. So we're going to be 14-5, Depew over Potts.
He almost got pinned right there.
Going into the second period.
Second.
Yeah, it's a good thing that at the time expired there. Jonathan's doing a good job. He just can't give up those rolls, and he's riding high. So he needs to do a better job of staying back and having some forward pressure. Depew takes bottom. Potts is riding from the right side. Trying to work that crossface across. Depew is really long. Gets that Peterson again, and he's going to get a reversal, and he's going to get some back points here. And if Potts isn't careful, that's going to end up in some kind of reverse cradle.
That was a little
some
quick.
kind of reverse cradle. Usually you can't lock up that Peterson like he did, but Depew's so long. Looks like he's about 6 foot tall as a 126 pounder. He's able to lock up that Peterson and end that match in a fall. So Jonathan Potts goes down to Jaden Depew. And we're going to bring that score ever tighter. 22 Brush, 21 Wray for the duel.
Getting close.
Okay. All right, 132, we got Alazar Acosta, Jr. And from Brush, and from Wray, we have Landon Grape from Wray, who's a freshman. Alazar does a nice little throw by. He's tied up tight. Nice little throw by for the takedown. He gets 3. Now he's going for a far side half, which we call crucifix half, and needs to scissor that opposite arm, and if he's going to lock that thing through. But Grape does a good job of breaking that half, and Acosta finishes on top. So we're going to be 3-0. Acosta over Grape with 1:20 left to go in the first period here. Acosta still in control, dominant on top, has a leg worked in, working 2-on-1s, working wrists, trying to roll the wrists under, doing a good job of rolling both wrists under. Now Grape's kind of working up to a base. Acosta does a better job of working behind him here. He's getting high for a second. Now he's got
cradle.
Yeah, he's got a cradle locked up on the same side. Needs to bump his hips into him. Grape does a good job of breaking that cradle. Then Acosta's riding high. Grape just kind of bucks him off there, but Acosta does a good job finishing on top and dropping down to a single and driving him off the mat. So it's going to be 3-0 Alazar Acosta over Landon Grape of Wray. 46 seconds left to go in the first period.
Yeah, Grape's only a freshman.
Grape hits a switch from the left side. Acosta ends up on top with the arm bar. He's got that far wrist. He's got that arm bar running. He's run that wrist over top, and he does. Now he's working a half in a bar. That's going to be really tight. Really tight. That's Alazar Acosta's getting back points, and he's working for the fall. A lot of time left. He just needs to settle in. He's got the 4 points, working for the fall here. He's got a bar and a half in. That is a tight move. If he can get some leverage down on Grape's left shoulder, it's going to be all over here. Now he needs to pick up the pace here a little bit. We got 10 seconds left to go in the first period. Alazar needs to finish on top if he can. Get that shoulder down right there.
Got him.
Yep,
Yeah.
gets the fall. That is 2 falls at the end of the first period for Brush. That could be the difference in this duel is these falls at the end of the first period. So you got a 1:58 fall for Brush. Brush is going to go up 28-21.
How about that? Good job, Acosta. Beat Diggers are going to have 28 points after the pin.
Okay, and they're not going to do what I was hoping they're going to do. So we're going to have number 1 wrestler in state at 138 pounds in 2A, Austin Collins, and I'm not sure who Brush sent out. That is not Axton Haswell, so I don't know who that is. Collins hits a fireman right to his back. Man, this would have been a fun match at 144. I was really looking forward to hoping they would do that.
Haswell, see here?
Yeah, he's here. He's just not wrestling. Collins got that bar.
Could be Stegner.
Yeah, it does not look like a Stegner to me. Austin Collins tight with the reverse half and gets the fall. 38 seconds in the first period. It's going to draw the match back to 28-27. Brush over Wray. Heading into the 144-pound match. Again, man, I was really hoping that Austin Collins and Nick Dardanas get matched up because, again, those are 2 of the better wrestlers in the state regardless of classification. That had just been something fun to watch. But now instead we got Nick Dardanas, Brush returning state champ, ranked number 1 in the state, versus Wray's Andrew Bowie, still ranked 3rd in the state, so should be a nice little match for Nick here. Nick's coming off an 8th place finish at the Doc Buchanan, which one of the toughest tournaments in the country. So Nick's wrestling at a really high level right now. Okay, so we got Dubois and Dardanas. Excuse me, not Dubois, Bowie and Dardanas.
Andrew Bowie?
Yes, Andrew
Senior.
Bowie. Yep. Andrew Bowie is senior. I believe he's a returning placer. Took 3rd or 4th last year in 2A. And, of course, obviously, Nick Dardanas returning state champ. So, still should be a good match. We got Bowie kind of working some double unders. Dardanas doesn't like that position, so he backs out. Dardanas doing a pretty good job of creating movement. Lots of head movement on Bowie. Oh, shot and then reshot. Bowie does a good job of defending both of those shots by Dardanus. Dardanus is getting real heavy on the head here.
Yeah, Bowie placed sixth last year.
Placed sixth last year. Thank you. Okay, Dardanus in on an outside single, doing a good job of shelving that leg on top of his leg. Bowie's trying to defend with a whizzer here. He's trying to leg whizzer here, but Dardanus just too dang strong, just too strong, and not able to finish the shot. But he was trying to reach back through for a leg whizzer there. As they head out of bounds, back to the middle. 48 seconds left to go in the first period, tied 0-0.
No point for that?
No points for that. I think they're saying that Dardanus forced him out with that shot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, wasn't fleeing. Both wrestlers stay in the center. Dardanus with an outside sweep. Bowie does a good job of blocking that shot. Now he's got Nick backing up a little bit towards the end of the mat. Nick needs to circle back towards the center. Ref saying the same thing. Tell him to stay on the mat as they're circling off the edge of the mat here. Bowie's doing a good job of keeping his backside to the center of the mat and keeping a dominant position in the neutral position anyways over Dardanus. Now Dardanus, oh man, Dardanus snapped him. Bowie kind of reshotted him, then came around and took Dardanus down. So it's going to be 3-0. Andrew Bowie over Nick Dardanus in the first period. Wow, that was a great defense of Dardanus. Had a heck of a shot, outside single, and Bowie did a really nice job of countering that right around at the end of the period to score that 3. All right, so Bowie's choice, he's going to oops, excuse me, we got blood time maybe?
Got a little blood time.
Got a little blood time, okay. Wow.
It's ¡1 kid in the state.
Yeah.
And Bowie looks bigger than he does.
Yeah, Bowie's looks like he's dropped a few pounds. He's a good-looking, stocky kid as well. So we're gonna start back up again here. Dardanus is gonna load from the left side. Bowie just kind of sits there. Dardanus also sits there. Now Dardanus is gonna work a claw. Bowie traps that claw, kind of rolls him through. He's trying to hit a sit out and a switch from that outside shot. Bowie stands up. Dardanus breaks him back down. Just kind of sprawled out there in the center. Dardanus is going to reach under and grab that far arm. He's got to be careful here, though. Bowie hits a switch. Dardanus follows him in that switch. Now Dardanus is reaching his arm up under there pretty lazily, and he's really getting cranked down on that roll. And he kind of rolls him through and creates separation, and it's 1 point for Bowie. So it's going to be 4-0. Andrew Bowie over Nick Dardanus from Brush. About 1:10 left in the second period. Like to see Nick pick it up here. Pick up the pressure when we're both up here. Bowie's solid wrestler though. Both wrestlers just kind of hand fighting there on the edge of the mat right in front of the scorers table. Nick was pressuring in. Bowie does a good job. Kind of hits a fireman. Still has that outside arm. Bowie's not in trouble, but Nick's doing a good job. He has that man, I don't know what you call that, but he comes back around. Nick gets his head right in between his legs. He's kind of elevating there on the edge of the mat. Bowie's got an ankle. They're just kind of funking there on the edge of the mat. Nick's trying to come back around. He's got that leg shelved up. Oh, that's going to be 3-point takedown for Nick, and I think he's got a cradle there. It's kind of across the mat, and I can't see if he's got that cradle locked up. I think he has a near side cradle locked up there on the edge of the mat. Needs to bring him back in if he can. And he does. He does have that. He has that near side cradle locked up. Bowie pops his head out right at the edge of the mat, right in front of the scorer's table. 9 seconds left. Nick needs not to give up a point there, and he does. So it's going to be 4-3, 7 seconds left in the second period here. Bowie's down, 7 seconds left. Second period. Dardanus loads from the left side. Bowie stands up. Dardanus kind of comes down to a single. He just kind of sits on that single. I've seen a lot of kids get stalled for that, called stalling for that, but he doesn't with 7 seconds left. We're going to come back, start the third period. Nick Dardanus down to Andrew Bowie, 4-3. Dardanus is going to choose down, and Bowie's going to load from the left side. Dardanus right off the whistle, clears that arm, hits a stand-up. Bowie's trying to follow him, trying to pull him back over. He does pull him back down, Pulls him back down. He's kind of got Nick's arm trapped. Nick gets that arm out again. Nick hits a switch, grabs that ankle from the outside, and he's going to get that reversal for 2. So he's going to go up 5-4 with 1:30 left in the third period. He's got Bowie stretched out, got his working both arms, trying to work him under, rolling both arms under here. Lots of pressure in the back of the leg or back of the head, excuse me. Bowie finally does work back up to referee's position here. He hits that roll every time. Every time he reaches under, he hips Dardanus down. That's a dangerous proposition with 1:18 left in the match here. We come back to center though. Bowie's down. Nick loads from the left side. Bowie kind of hits a little half-hearted switch to the right. Now he hits the switch back to the right again. Nick's following. Now he gives up that arm again, and Bowie sucks him back under. So Nick's on a hip. Bowie's trying to finish on top here. Nick's in a lot of trouble if he can't keep that hip up. Nick's kind of pushing back. Bowie's got that outside arm locked under. Nick does a good job finishing back on top. We got 54 seconds left to go in the match. Oh, now Nick hits a tilt on him. He's going to get some back points here. Great job. It got a little hairy there. Nick kind of stalled out on his own back, was able to keep him loaded up, roll him through for a 4-point near fall. So Nick's going to go up 9-4 over Andrew Bowie from Wray with 30 seconds left to go in the match.
There's a lot to go, yo.
A lot to go. Bowie's not stopping though. They came from that crab position just now. Nick's doing a good job keeping pressure forward, but he's still getting a little bit lazy with that arm, and he's going to give up that roll again and create some space. Does a good job though, following that roll, and he's going to hit a single leg and drive him out of bounds here. So we got 16 seconds left to go in the match. 9-4, Dardanus over Bowie. Nick loads from the left side. Bowie kind of sits. He needs to go, and he's going to hit that. He's going to hit that Peterson. He's got Nick in big trouble on Peterson. He's going to get a 2 reversal. Almost gave up some back points. It's going to be 6 seconds left to go in the match, and he is going to eke out of here with the victory. Man,
Ooh, yeah.
Nick was giving up those arms, and I tell you, that's it's just a little bit dangerous.
150 pounds. From Wray.
Ooh, Beat Diggers up to 31 points.
Oh, that was Collins. Cripes and Mighty.
What's that?
I called that wrong the whole time. I thought they announced Andrew Bowie. That was the Collins boy. So that was the match that we were hoping for. Wow, I screwed that up. I apologize. So we did have Austin Collins and Nick Dardanus, and Dardanus comes out on top 9-6. I did not hear them announce Austin Collins. Wow.
Well, that was what a match.
That looked a little better then.
So
that makes
Collins,
sense.
Yeah, I don't think he's really 138,
I couldn't hear
though. Who we got now?
Okay. Well, we got Percy Odell.
Percy's out there.
Percy must have beat Levi in a wrestle-off. Levi is actually ranked. Levi's actually ranked 9th at 150. Percy must beat him in a wrestle-off, and at 150 from Wray, we have Jaden Witt. And I'm not entirely sure how they got to this scramble position, but it's a scramble position. Odell's trying to suck his head under. Needs to pull his head out and just get his points here. And he does. Pulls his head out, but then he can roll through, so he gets 3 points. Witt rolls straight through to his back. Percy's in big trouble here. Witt's got the reversal. Already give up 4 back points, but he needs to keep working here.
This must be Bowie then. Huh?
No, I'm not entirely sure. It's not the match card that we were sent. Okay. And he gives up 4, so it's going to be 6-3. Whoever the Wray wrestler is, we'll have to listen to see who that is.
Percy on the bottom.
Okay, and we do have Bowie from Wray. So Bowie's ranked 3rd at 138. 144. So he bumped up to wrestle Percy at 150. Bowie's got a near side cradle. Now he's going to bump it back. Percy's trying to roll into him, but he's going to give up some more back points here as Bowie gets that inside cradle on him. He's got the knee in the side, head in the temple, but short time. But he's still going to give up 4 points. So Bowie from Wray He's going to go up 10-3 over Percy Odell from Brush. Yeah, my apologies on that Austin Collins match. Darn it. I wish I would have called that right.
The PAs are hard to hear.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Percy's in trouble again.
Yep. Bowie kind of hits a switch right to Percy's back here, so he's going to get two reversal. He's got Percy in big trouble here. He's kind of reversing that half. Percy needs to work off his back. Now he's got Saturday Night Ride in, but Percy doing a good job of fighting here. Still the Saturday Night Ride. Percy's trying to still fight off his back. He's trying to roll. That's one thing we know about Percy. He ain't going to give up here. Still fighting off his back. Bowie didn't get his legs locked in there, though. Percy is going to get a roll out. Going to give up 4, so it's going to be 16-3, and then Percy's going to get a reversal here, so it's going to be 16-5. A minute left in the second period. Okay, Percy's working kind of rolling the wrists under, working a half from one side, working a half on the other, still rolling the wrists under. Got him flattened out. Now he's got a wrist and a half. Bowie kind of bases up. Percy's going to throw a half on the right side. Bowie's blocking that. Now we're going to try a power half from the left. Now another half to the right. Percy's doing a pretty good job of keeping action going. Needs to get his hips out from hip to hip. Make sure we don't get up a stall call here. Bowie bases up. Percy needs to jump across. He's got that half in, but he's on the wrong side. He needs to jump across on that half Nelson. And we got 15 seconds left here.
Percy's still on top, but he's...
Yeah, Percy's working hard on top here. 10 seconds left to go in the second period. He's going to be down 16-5 unless something changes here. Now we're going to get called, not we're going to get called for stalling, but Bowie's going to get called for stalling to end the second period here. So Percy's going to be down 16-5, but he finishes the period strong here.
Percy gets set.
Yep, start of the third period. Percy Odell chooses bottom. Bowie's going to load from the left side. And we're underway. Percy just kind of bases out there. Bowie does a good job of keeping a lot of pressure forward. Bust Percy down flat. Percy doing a pretty good job of not giving him wrist control. Bowie's just lots of pressure forward, so they're just kind of laying flat, hip to hip here. But it's Top has to work the pinning combinations here, so he has to do a better job. Percy kind of base back up. Bowie kind of tight waist and ankles and back flat again here. Now they're going to get Percy for stalling on bottom here. Percy needs to move a little bit. Bowie's going to roll both wrists under. Percy does a good job of not letting him roll the wrists under, and when he does, he kind of rolls it back on through. Bowie's just being relentless, though, and he's trying to chap that arm, and he did, but he did not keep it legal, so we get it potentially dangerous because his arm was over that 90-degree threshold Percy's was. So we're going to get a restart. 1:09 left in the third period. Bowie up 16-5 over Percy Odell from Brush. Odell stands up right away, and he's hopping off the mat. Bowie drops down to a single. He's got to improve from there, and he does finally, and drives him off the mat. Wasn't going to be much more time there, and Bowie's going to give up another stalling call here. So we're going to come back to the center of the mat. 1:02 left in the third period. Odell still down 16-5. Odell kind of with the stand-up switch thing there to start the period. Not totally committed to either one of them. Bowie pressures it forward again, but gets him bust back down. Percy doing a nice job of trying to push his weight back. He needs to get his knees underneath him and push back to his knees and come up to that base again. Now Bowie's trying to work a half from the right side, power half. Percy breaks that power half, kind of hits a sit out, kind of switch, but he gets his leg stuck. Bowie has his leg between his legs. Now Percy does a good job of kind of hip heisting out and gets the reversal, so it's going to be 16-7, 20 seconds left to go in the third period.
Oh, he had the arm locked up and then let loose.
Yeah. Percy wants him to move, but there's short time and they're just not. he kind of got off and looked like he's going to optional him, but he didn't. Now Percy's got a power half on him, trying to work him under, rolling his arms under, but there's just too much to come back from there. 16-7, Percy Little's going to fall to Andrew Bowie from Wray. Okay, and that's going to bring our match back to 31-31 even. Heading into a 157-pound match, and we got Landon Thomas Poss versus Casey Midcap at 157. Casey Midcap is actually ranked second at 165. So I know Casey Midcap's, I think he's a returning third placer, and Poss, I think Poss is a freshman as I recall. No, excuse me, Landon's a junior. And Midcap with the early takedown, I did not see how that happened, but with the early takedown, now we're having some scoring problems. Are they gonna? Well, the clock's not running.
Poss is in trouble.
Poss is in trouble. They tilt him up. So Poss gives up a takedown. 4 back points is going to be 7-0. As looks like they're wrestling on the edge of the mat there. Midcap's in total control of this match so far. Now he elevates him, but he had an arm bar in there, so they're going to call potentially dangerous because Poss couldn't catch himself when he fell there. So it's going to be 7-0, a minute 23 left in the first period. Casey Midcap over Landon Poss. Midcap loads from the left side. Nice ankle and waist. Now he's going to get another bar on the left side. A bar, and he bars that up and he tilts him over. Poss rolls through, but Midcap's going to have that bar, plus he's going to have the same bar arm wrist there. And now Poss is giving up back points here. And giving up 4, so we got a 5 count, so he's giving up 4 back points. Midcap's trying to settle in and finish on top, but now he's going to come back through. Poss is going to roll through, so he's going to get up another 4, so it's going to be 11-0 with 40 seconds left in the first period. Poss is going to give up his arms again. Same move 3 times in a row. So we're going to go to a kind of a bar pullover tilt, and he's going to get it again. It's going to be 15-0 after this one. Oh, no. He only got a 4 count, so it's 3 right now. 3 points right now, but now that's got real tight. He's got a half in. He's got him stretched out, and there's the fall. Shoot, minute 46 into the first period. So Wray is going to go up 37-31, heading into the last match of the night. Austin Lay and Brody Richards. And Austin is actually ranked.
Austin Lay, Wray, Brody Richards.
Yep, so Austin's ranked second at 175 pounds. Now he's dropped down to 165. And Brody Richards is ranked fifth at 175, and he's dropped down to 165 as well. So we got number 2 and number 5 at 175, but they're both wrestling down at 165, which is where I expect them to probably finish out the year out. So we got Richards on a shot, and Lay does a good job sprawling and snapping him down. Lay's got that near ankle and a crossface as they come to the edge of the mat. But with these new rules, they're not out of bounds. Lay keeps his toes in. If he can get that locked up, he's going to get 3, and he does a really good job of keeping his toes in on the edge of that mat to get that 3-point takedown. That's the difference in the new rules right there, because last year that had been called out of bounds.
Right.
And now we got some blood time. Got some blood time for Brody Richards from Wray here. And Lay needs a pin to tie this thing up, and actually that's where it ends, in a tie. So Lay has to get a pin here if we want a shot of coming out of here with the tie.
Kind of getting him fixed up there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's bleeding on him. I couldn't tell if it was his nose or not.
They're rubbing his arms and everything.
Yep. And good on these Brush kids and the Wray kids for getting themselves separated. I was really worried about that log jam that Brush had created there between 165 and 190, but it seems like Richie Bruno's kind of settling in, and Christian Storgus settling in, and with Austin Lay moving down to 165. That's gonna create a good situation where Brush is gonna have some point scores at that state tournament now. Austin Lay, we're back underway. Austin Lay loads from the left side, jumps across to the right. He's kind of got a bar and a wrist there. Doing a good job keeping pressure forward. Now he's kind of working a half. Got Richards flat to the mat. Now he works in a leg. Richards hits a little celly roll, what we call a celly roll, but right into a guillotine. And that's going to be tight on Lay. Lay gets Richards in a guillotine. Richards kind of rolled into it, and that Lay is finishing on top, and that is tight. Kind of back finished into a front headlock, but Richards does a good job of snaking his arm through. He's going to give up 4 back points, but not the fall. So it's going to be 7-0 Austin Lay over Brody Richards with about 40 seconds left to go here in the first period. Again, we need a fall here for Brush to tie this thing up and tie the match. Austin throws in a leg on the right side again, trying to work that guillotine again. Austin's such a strong kid. As they go out of bounds, he's such a strong kid. That guillotine's a really good move for him.
They'll go back to the center.
Okay, 30 seconds left to go in the first period, 7-0 Austin Lay. Now he loads from the left side, match is underway, breaks him down, does a good job, pressure forward and gaining control, breaks him down, gets a wrist. Now he's working a crossface over the top of that wrist, does a good job rolling that wrist under. Now he's working an outside half on the right side. I think he's got that arm blocked off on the left side, but must not have kept it 90 degrees because they're going to call it potentially dangerous. Did a really good job of rolling that wrist under. He had the knee blocked, exactly what you want to do, but when he popped up on his back, he must have had over 90. So we're going to come back to the center here. 15 seconds left to go in the first period. Austin Lay still up 7-0, and we're going to get a caution on Brush as Austin jumped the gun just a little bit here. Okay, they're going to come back and reset. Okay, Austin again works in that leg from the right side. Now he's got a tight crossface. He needs to get an arch, get some points before the end of this period. If he can arch him, he's got him about a 90. He needs to scoop and get his hips out from under him just a little bit, and he can't quite get that done. So we're going to head into the second period. Austin Lay up 7-0 over Brody Richards from Wray. It's going to be Richards' choice. He's going to choose down to head into the second period. Okay, we're going to be 7-0 heading second period, and we're underway. Lay lows from the left side, jumps across to the right into an ankle ride, now comes back to the left, gets control of the wrist, gets those wrists rolled under. He's trying to work a bar on the left-hand side. Now he's got that wrist kind of up on his hip, trying to work that arm up on his back, and he's going to get that wrist on his back. He's got it blocked with his knee on the left side. Now he's got a claw on his right side, trying to roll him back over the top of that arm. Oh, he's got to keep that thing at 90. That's getting close. Now he's got a half. This is going to get real tight. Oh, my. Nice half. Nice half by Austin Lay. He needs to settle in here, and he gets the fall. Gets the fall. So 2 minutes and 37 seconds into the match, and Lay ties this thing up. What a clutch performance that was. As again, number 2 and number 5 clash. Brush gets the fall to tie this thing up, 37-37. That's where we'll end up.
Wow.
What a duel.
Let's take a break here. This is 1010 KSIR Brush Fort Morgan. And, boy, there's a lot of... without any air.
Damn.
Woo. Wow.
That was an hour and a half of straight go there.
Okay, let's head back to 1010 KSIR Brush Fort Morgan. Okay, welcome back, and we've got a couple girls out there.
Yeah, I got Nelly Cardenas from Brush who's going to wrestle another match, and I am not sure who she's wrestling. I did not hear who she's got. But the Wray wrestler's trying to throw a headlock. Nelly's countering in on it, and we're going to call technical violation 1 on Brush. I'm not sure what the Wray wrestler did here. As she throws something into the coaching section here. I'm not sure what happened there, but I believe Brush is going to go up. Nelly Cardenas is going to go up 1-0 here. Yeah, and there's the point. Now Nelly kind of shoots an outside single there. Wray Wrestler does a nice job of defending her off. Now she shoots her own little single, tried to do double. Naily does a good job of blocking with her hands and head. Naily does doing a good job of keeping her motion going here.
Yeah, we've got a girl named Jamie Sharp.
Yeah, she wrestled her the first time.
Okay.
Yep, she wrestled her for the first time around. So maybe she's wrestling Gabby
okay.
Aguilar.
Could be.
Just to get a match in, maybe. Yep. Now Naily kind of had a fireman, gives it up. Is that who she's wrestling? Yeah, she's wrestling the varsity 100-pounder just to get them some matches in.
Gabby Aguilar.
Oops, thank you to my sports guy back here, Brady Walter. He's feeding me the info back here.
Brady
right behind you.
We grow up more.
Yeah, that's his beard. It's the red beard.
Yeah, that's it. He's a lumberman or something. Okay. Good, we got it.
Okay.
We should have had him working a little more.
I've been trying to get him on here, but he won't come on. So.
Oh, okay.
All right, the Wray Wrestler really putting on a takedown clinic over Naily here, as she's up 6-2. Lets her back up. Naily's going to get a point here. And I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but the period ended.
Yep. We'll go to the second period here.
So Gabby Aguilar is going to be up 6-3 over Naily Cardenas. And we're going to choose neutral. Naily's pushing forward. She's giving up 2 takedowns here, so she needs to be a little bit careful. Naily's bumping her forward. Wray Wrestler post, hits a double leg. Oh, nice double leg by Gabby Aguilar for another takedown. So it's going to be 9-3, Gabby Aguilar over Naily Cardenas. Minute 30 left to go in the second period. Aguilar's got a bar wrist. Now she's working a half, and that half is tight. She's going to get a fall here.
Oh,
boy. Yep, gets a fall. 2 minutes and 35 seconds into the second period. Gabby Aguilar from Wray over Naily Cardenas from Brush. Oh, that's the end of her there.
You think that's the end?
That's the end of her.
Okay, we'll see what we can finish up with, but it is 1010 KSIR Brush, Eastern Plains Sports Network, and we'll be back shortly. We'll send it back. Okay, thank you. Also, Rudy Tires, 9 locations across northeastern Colorado and Nebraska. Means they're always located close by. Rudy's Tires brings you to Eastern Plains Sports Today every weekday on 1010 KSIR. Visit rudystires.com for more. They're really good. I need some of them.
Absolutely. No, they're great people. We got Advanced Agri-Solutions. Water is the key to your crop success. Advanced Agri-Solutions has year-round and seasonal probes that'll help make sure you have the right amount of water. Call Dusty or Roxy McCormick at 970-571-2024.
Okay, and Sydney Regional Medical Center. I don't think I got clear through that earlier. Don't let an injury keep you out of the game. Learn more about Sydney Regional Medical Center at Sydney and at sydneyrmc.com. Okay, and then Advanced Agri-Solutions.
I just read that one.
You got that one,
yep.
Yeah.
Premier Farm Credit. For over 100 years, they've been providing affordable, reliable, and consistent credit. Visit premieraca.com.
Oh, my goodness. We got a whole bunch of other people here.
Yeah, I got Gordon Insurance. Be prepared for everything that life throws at you. Car insurance, life insurance, farm insurance, and crop insurance. All at Gordon Insurance. Visit GordonINS.com.
Hey, Bank of Colorado. They believe in keeping things simple. Apply for a loan you need for your dream home fully online. Visit bankofcolorado.com for all your information.
Okay. Van Eyck Insurance. Insurance from over 60 lines to help you find the right one to fit your budget. Stop in and see Van Eyck Insurance at 508 West Main in Sterling.
And then Sarah Boone, Farm Bureau. Sarah Boone with Farm Bureau Insurance, here to help you. Deserve more. You deserve the promise.
Okay.
Okay, Western Engineering Consultants. Who's those guys?
Yep. Chad Cox, coach of Brush Beat Diggers.
And,
Since 2003, they've been providing big firm product with small firm relationships. Visit westerneci.com for more. Great civil engineers there.
okay, I think we can finish up with Northeastern College. It's not just college, it's Northeastern. The largest residential community college in Colorado wants to help you with your educational journey. Visit them there at that N.J. C. .edu for more.
All right. Well, Rob, we had a heck of a night of wrestling here in Wray as the second-ranked Wray Eagles and we assume will be the ranked Brush Beat Diggers here in the next couple of rankings once Tim Yount figures out where all the brush wrestlers are going to go. But finished in a dead heat at 37-37, and tonight was really capped by that Austin Collins and Nick Dardanis match that I totally botched. So I apologize for anyone who's listening there. I did not hear Austin Collins' name called. I thought it was the Bowie wrestler, but two of the top wrestlers in the state, regardless of who I was announcing, two of the top wrestlers in the state going. Honestly, two of the top wrestlers, in this region and in the country, going head to head, and good for both of these programs for putting them together and creating that match, because that's the matchup that everybody wanted to see. Pound for pound, those two are some of the top ranked wrestlers in the state, regardless of classification. And Nick Dardanis comes out on top of that. I believe is a 9-6 victory. And I know I was hard on Nick because he kept leaving his arms under him, but with the kid caliber of Collins, sometimes maybe he wasn't leaving his arms under him. Maybe Collins was making some of those moves happen. So a little hard on Nick, sorry buddy, but you wrestled a great match. That's a great win.
Oh boy, how about that? We're almost to the end here.
Yep,
37-37.
Yep, and ends with a really clutch match. Austin Lay, again, two ranked wrestlers. Austin Lay ranked second at 175, and Brody Richards ranked fifth at 175. Dropping down a weight, both wrestling 165 to probably finish out the year. And Austin gets a clutch pin to tie this thing up. So just a great night of wrestling. Again, anytime you're in Wray, Colorado, it's almost the mecca for wrestling in Colorado. So it's great coming here and just seeing these banners from the 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s and 2000s now. I mean, they've won state titles in every decade, it seems like, going back 60, 70 years at this point. So always a great place to be, great wrestling tradition. You just really can't beat an atmosphere like this.
But it's two schools of very good,
Absolutely.
awesome coaches,
Yep.
and the people that give us their money to help us out with this part are just awesome too. And it's just great. And guess what? Tomorrow night.
We get to do it again tomorrow night.
Yeah.
We have
Triple.
Yeah, triple duel.
How are we going to do that?
We have, I don't know, I'm going to have to bring some throat lozenges or something. My voice isn't in shape for this anymore. But we have number 3 Eaton and number 8 Resurrection Christian coming in tonight for a triple duel. So that's again going to be a great night, and we'll let Coach Cox get home tonight, get rested up for tomorrow, and we'll bring him on tomorrow. We can talk about tonight, tomorrow with him, maybe in between matches or something like that. Let the kids get home. It's going to be late enough as it is. So.
It'll be a great time tomorrow night, too.
Yep, come out to the Beat Cellar and come see some great wrestling. Again, be 3 top 10 teams going to battle tomorrow.
Okay. Well, we'll head back. This is the Eastern Plains Sports Network on 1010 KSIR, Brush, Fort Morgan. So we'll get our breath.
Get our breath, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.
Okay, love you all. Good night.